Alternative. Complementary and alternative medicine.
All right, who is next?
I'll go next.
I'll go.
Me.
That's why I had to read it, because I did that one, so I just wrote one of these things. Everybody who goes, we get closer to your name. Yay!
Okay, so I did my topic on structural integration. Now, Dan did his topic on Rolfing. Rolfing is similar as far as what their outcome is going to be, but Rolfing is a technique. Structural integration is a method to bring the body back into the anatomical position, which is basically the posture. And so it doesn't really matter how you do it. You do exercise, you do stretching. It's all about bringing the body back to balance. Now, static posture can be defined as the position of the body at rest. And then dynamic posture is the ability to keep all joints in optimal alignment during any given movement, such that the efficiency of the movement is maximizing the injury. And that was told to me by Paul Check, who's one of my mentors. Now, a good analogy to look at posture, and I told some of you this, is to look at a bicycle rim. The spokes represent the muscles and the tendons, and then the rim itself represents the bones and the ligaments. So in order to straighten out the bicycle wheel, you bring it to the bike shop and it'll tighten the loose spokes and loosen up the tight spokes, and it straightens out the rim. That's exactly how your body works. In order to stabilize a joint, there must be an equal and opposite resistance on either side of the joint. Now, what that means, well, a famous chiropractor said it best, Bertrand Didernet, published a book, The Sacral-Occipital Technique of Spinal Therapy in 1942. He states that Didernet showed rightly that whenever contraction occurs on one side of the joint, there must be an equal and relatively opposing resistance in the antagonist of stabilization of that joint or any joint to occur. I have pictures of that. I want to pass that around so everyone can see what I'm talking about. Actually, let me have that copy.
Tornado warning.
Now,
Tornado warning?
yeah, we are.
I don't know how much. Is that the bad one? I was actually looking at my phone.
Watch is like a minor warning.
Yeah. In the hallway? I don't think so.
No, it's fine.
But they don't let us. Wait a minute, maybe we should go outside. We're in a tornado. What do you think when you're in? I'm sorry. Hey, buddy, let me go with you. Warning is the bad one? Yeah. Can you go in the hallway? I don't even know.
No,
We're okay. We just stay away from the window.
we're not high school.
Sorry, okay, let's continue.
Now, we're just talking about joint stability, but so, for example, if you're working with a client and you're stretching the hamstrings, but they go past the range of motion, you keep stretching, you can actually overstretch a muscle. And same with contraction. If you strengthen a muscle, you can tighten it, and you can also over-tighten that muscle. So you want an equal and opposite resistance on both sides of the joint at all times. If you're a very flexible person, meaning you can go well above the joint range of motion, you're more likely to get a joint or ligament injury. So like strength training would benefit from that. And the opposite is too much contraction, which is tight muscles. You're more likely to get a muscle tear or a muscle injury, which is a little better than joint. So I want to pass these around. These are posturology charts. Feel free to take 5 out of there, as long as everyone gets them, take as many as you want. They'll help you out in your journey to help people, in your analysis to assess posture. Now, when you work with posture, there's 6 different dimensions to look at. There's tilting, rotation, flexion, extension, projection, and obliquity. You can measure all of these if you know how to do it. And if you do measure them, you can get a very accurate way of putting a treatment plan together and figuring exactly why they're in pain. But sometimes it can take more than just the muscles to heal someone. For example, visceral health and stability dictates structural stability. So if you don't clean out someone's internal organs, you'll probably never get structural stability straightened out. Because the neurological pathways for the organs, the viscera, are much more open than the pathways from muscle to viscera. So for example, if you're eating a lot of dairy, and you're intolerant to dairy, you can't digest it properly. If you drink it and it goes to your stomach, and it can cause reflex inhibition from the gut to your muscles. Usually the low abs and hip flexors. You can shut them down. So an easy way is to have someone drink more water, take dairy out of it. You can get rid of back pain. You can do wonders by cleaning out the organs. That's one key to heal someone and bringing their body back to balance. I wanted to do a postural analysis on someone. Do I have any volunteers?
Come on in here.
Yeah. Come on up.
Let's
start and a pen. Sure.
Do you need like special training or just like read a book and you know it?
You can, there's this is what I've taken. It is special training to do it. It's just, you can take CE. That's all. That's every measurement for a posture analysis. Now, these lines on this chart is a bony landmark. Each one is a bony landmark. So you already were taught how to do neck, lateral flexion, and also superior anterior of the shoulders. So you're taught how to look at that. But there's a lot more in your posture to look at than that. So I'm going to have you stand right here. Now when you get good, you can knock out a full postural analysis in 10 minutes or less. The first time you do it, it's probably going to take you 30, 40 minutes. Okay. And then once I measure Miriam's posture, I'm going to pass it around, and you can actually